One stage it looked like in the first innings they struggled to go past the 200, but what a comeback by Bahrain batters. They make sure they go past 250. Young Ali Dawood heading high on confidence, runs in. It's Adnan Idris on strike. Again, the movement, bowling in the good length region. Very watchful, keeping the batter on the back foot. Adnan Idris, a hard-hitting batter. Good seam position, smooth follow through by the bowler Ali Dawood. Idris and Ibrahim out there for Kuwait. What they need is 256 to get 2 points. Last movement backing out. 3 dot deliveries in a row. And to talk more about the first innings and this innings, joining me in the comm box is Suhas Vedam. Welcome, Suhas.
Thank you, Mudassir. Good afternoon to everyone watching. Gingerly Adnan Idris on display today, as Ali Dawood is getting it right in the corridor of uncertainty. What a find Ali Dawood has been for Bahrain. And if he can manage his workload, I'm very sure he's going to be one cricketer who can be there for the long haul. Bahrain cricket must invest in him. He's a very rare find. Can swing the ball both ways. Look at this one coming back in. Almost setting Idris up with 3 that go away, 1 that comes in.
You're talking about the knack he has, hitting both the ways. And here we go. Started off 3 deliveries outside the off stump and then coming into the right hand batter sharply. No runs on board. They've taken the single. So Adnan Idris is off the mark. So Kuwait.
Yes, he's off the mark on paper, mentally not yet.
Once again, keeping it simple, sticking to that good length region towards the off stump dot delivery. Very good start by this young lad Ali Dawood.
Receiving a lot of confidence from Shahbaz as well. An unlucky dismissal for Shahbaz today, but he's got to put that behind. They'll be mighty pleased, Bahrain, with where they've finished off. What a finish it was. Imran, Javed and Rizwan. Hint of swing in the one that goes away this time around. Ali Dawood. Great control by this youngster. 1 without a wicket.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Oh, Lifebuoy hand wash le marcha 99.9% viruses. त्यसैले pump, rub, chew. संसारकै #1 selling germ protection soap brand.
So 1 over, 1 on board. Adnan Idris was very watchful. It was a good start for Ali Dawood. Give him company from the other end. It's a Rizwan, but the right arm, medium fast. Roaring to go here at Mulpani. Runs in for the first time against Adnan Idris.
Would have wanted to make better contact. Adnan Idris knew there were more runs written over it. It wasn't the right delivery.
Was expecting the delivery to be quick. Just played a bit early, Adnan Idris. against UAE, they have conceded 371, Kuwait. The batters, they started off really well. In 10 overs, they were 103 for 2. They went on to post around 250 odd runs while chasing. So they have the ability in the batting department to chase this 255 runs.
It's time for them to not think about it. It's time for them to believe in their batting this time around. We've seen what happened in the previous game with Kuwait. So it's time to put all that behind, start afresh, and that's what Coach PK, Pushpa Kumara, would have told the boys. Oh, that's going to go for 4. Rizwan's not getting the control aspect. Maybe Ali Dawood will need to shake hand and rub it off on him.
Ibrahim was in no mood to play that shot. Movement, just brushing the thigh pad. Valiant effort by the wicket keeper. First boundary for Kuwait.
Usman. What a knock he played against the same side in Al Amarat. Satya is on the field right now, even though he's not in the side. They're going to be happy with 250 odd. Lots of cushion for the bowlers. And given the fact that the ball's doing a little bit, especially the new ball, I think they would believe in themselves to tie Kuwait down as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, 250 at one stage. It looked like they were struggling to go past 200, but look at that shot and excellent work by the fielder at mid-off. Hit hard. Excellent fielding to rub the salt into the wounds. It's a no ball.
Oh, Usman would have enjoyed that shot. Haider wouldn't have enjoyed it. Now Rizwan's got to deliver a ball where many forms of getting Idris out are suspended. However, because that single was taken, they can change the field, Bahrain. Sai Sarthak has come in, and I think the captain Haider is going out. Rizwan definitely landing that front foot beyond that line. It's a no ball. And it's a free hit as well. Options for Idris: go over point if there's width, or carve it away. What a shot. It'll give him a lot of confidence.
Free hit delivery. Excellent placement. Deliberately playing over the point fielder. It's time to exchange some gifts here. It's Eid day. And started off really well.
Moves off to a runner ball 6, and that'll do a world of good to his confidence. Adnan Idris is someone who doesn't hang around. He's a very busy cricketer. Always bats in difficult situations and always waits for the script that has handed over to him by the team management. Someone who's so flexible, he can open the batting, come in at number 6 if required, and be a finisher as well. Slapped away. This time even better control. Rizwan's providing the pace. Idris has got the height to clear any fielder.
Stand and deliver on the back foot. Played over the point. And it's a boundary. Back-to-back boundaries for Adnan Idris. And with the boundary, 2 gone, 16 for no loss.
Litmus cable quality man number 1 huneko raj ho advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality man number 1.
So Idris off to flyer here to 10 of 7 deliveries. Ibrahim taking his time, very watchful. 5 extras has been conceded. Just 2 overs. It's Ali Dawood to continue.
Solidly defended. I wonder the little bit of break that is between these two innings. The openers, do they get any time to replenish fluids more than that, to have any food? I remember having a word with Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, the opener of Oman, and he said there's really very less time to even grab a bite and be back, and then you're expected to play longer innings as well. Remember that. So don't be surprised if there is a banana or two that might go out during the drinks break. Very well defended.
Not sure about the Kuwait batters, but let me tell you about the UAE batters. They have 3 to 4 rotis and biryani in the short break. I don't want to name the player, but he's fond of biryani.
But this, sir, you used to play, right? And if your Instagram account is, if any indication, then you love biryani too.
I'm from Hyderabad, and Hyderabadis love to have biryani, whether it's in breakfast, for lunch or dinner.
Oh, Mia, bilkul. Well done. Much better from Dawood. Just love the way that he's exuding control, and this word comes to me again and again, because all the other pacers that we saw today, they lacked that control early on. Not Ali Dawood. It's all about learning from the opposition, but only the good parts. That's what he's done. He's learned the right line and length on this track from Munib, but only the good parts.
Definitely, and playing his 3rd T20 game. Showing the maturity here. At last manages a single against Ali Dawood. And it's Adnan Idris who will be back on strike. Tell us about Adnan Idris, Suhas. You have seen him closely in Oman.
In Oman and Kuwait as well in the Six Nations T20. I'll tell you one incident that will reveal a lot about his character. Adnan Idris on strike, 7 required of the last ball, and he's injured. He's holding his calf muscle. He's barely able to stand, let alone run. 1 ball, 7 required. India versus Pakistan. It's India 11 versus Pakistan 11 in that Six Nations T20 series in Kuwait. He smashes a 6. That too off an international bowler. Oh, this one's swinging a little late. That's Adnan Idris for you, all while being injured. Poking at it, Adnan Idris has got to be a little careful. He immediately signals to the dugout, saying he wants to change perhaps his weapon. That's Adnan Idris for you. It goes to the super over, and then the rest is history.
Good news for Kuwait. He's fit and roaring to go today. Started off really well, the big man Adnan Idris. He missed the last game. Been drafted into the side. He bowled really well. They need runs from his bat. Keeping the batters on the back foot. Not trying out too many things. The dot delivery, 3 gone, 17 for no loss.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
I'm just amazed by the performance. It's the best I've experienced.
So reliable, so consistent, no sir?
Yeah, I was blown away by the speed. It's so fast. I mean, look at this. I'm so impressed.
Impress नहुने त कुरै भएन. Fastest internet speed, best service र free Wi-Fi Express ले नेपालकै #1 internet service provider बनेको छ WorldLink.
Oh, the team is great too.
10 of 9 for Adnan Idris, who's been not just brought into the side but asked to open. Alongside him, the regular opener Usman Ghani. That means Meath gets to bat a little later. I wonder if it's going to be a change in mindset as well for him.
Very deep. Kuwait. And the Meath half is the key for Kuwait, especially in the middle order. And they do have the captain Muhammad Aslam. He has a vast experience.
I'm very surprised that it's not Parvinder Kumar as well who's been asked to utilize the first 10 overs, because remember, he is a bludgeoner of the cricket ball. Big swing and a miss. Rizwan's very good at this, and off late he's getting better and better because of the amount of T20 cricket that he's playing. The variations, you could just sense it from with the new ball as well. Now the sun is gone. And the wind is blowing a little more. Situations conducive to swing. Can Rizwan swing it away like he usually does from the right hand? And no, he wants to bring it back in. That's also equally effective if the batsman's expecting something else. Usman Ghani. Now talk about the resolve of Usman Ghani. I remember covering a qualifier in Qatar, and Usman Ghani gets hit on the nose with that cricket ball with all its ferocity by a pacer. And one of those pieces of that nose bone, whatever it's called, that was going haywire. Oh, it did get a hand to it. And that's what has saved that from going for 4, because Imran Javed acted as the second line of defense. Ibrahim cannot believe it because he thought it had 4 written over it.
Rizwan, forget about, he saved that 4, he saved the life of the on-field umpire. He was in line there. Full-blooded shot here from the blade of Usman. Little while earlier, Suhasi was talking about Parvinder. He was brutal, especially against the UAE in the first game. No foot movement. Good comeback in this over by this fast bowler Rizwan.
Terrific once again with this change. Look at the release. Beautiful, and a bit of movement after pitching, but not much in the air, even though the surface has been conducive more to the spinners. Rizwan's able to generate some good movement, which is just enough to tease the outside edge of the bat. Last ball. And a lovely line in length. That ball was so good that not just the batter, but the keeper intercepting it way beyond the batter could not control it. A single that shouldn't have been allowed.
You need to have the support from your fielders and wicket-keeper. An excellent delivery. Sloppy work by the wicket-keeper. A single has been added to the tally. Four gone, 19 for no loss.
Dada, बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम
रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Ali Dawood continues to keep the line towards the off stump, but nice placement, waited for the delivery. A slide comes in from the deep third man fielder. 3 runs have been taken by the batters. Very watchful Adnan Idris.
Just pushing it in the gap, not trying to hit it hard at all. He trusted the outfield to be quicker on that occasion, but the fielder was quicker. Beautiful stop from Rizwan.
You need to put these kind of efforts. Saving those runs matter a lot. A single has been saved. Definitely. Excellent effort by the fast bowler. Making sure the TV umpire checking the boundary.
Please.
Good job done by the third man, saving a run. Definitely he's getting that movement, but can he get a fuller delivery this time? Wild swing. Struggle continues for Ibrahim, misses the line completely.
He wants to hit through the line, but the ball is swinging. And he's picking the initial line. This can be dangerous. Just a hint of swing, one that will get the outside edge. Usman Ghani. The shot that he hit from the middle of the bat went straight to the fielders. So he's struggling a little bit. 3 of 15. They've got to maximize the power play, but Usman Ghani is not getting a move on. Idris was able to guide it in the gap and try and hit a boundary.
He's finding it hard and difficult to get those gaps, Usman. This might put pressure on Adnan Idris, who's batting on 13 with a couple of boundaries in his kitty. Lucky enough, no second slip in position, taking the thick outside edge. Excellent piece of bowling display with the new ball by this fast bowler of Bahrain, Ali Dawood.
Rizwan had a scare in the deep because he didn't have much of a wiggle room. Had it gone past him, it was a certain boundary. Adnan Idris is not happy with the side screen. Now it's all right. Now will he hit with the wind here? With the wind, if he launches anything on the leg side, the ball will fly away because Idris is a hard hitter of the cricket ball. And this is something that the bowler will also not be happy about, not just the batter. Someone appearing behind the side screen, just peeking out, and that seems to be disturbing Ibrahim Idris on that occasion. Now they've obscured themselves. They're playing hide and seek. What do you say? Ali Dawood saying, I spice. Shouldn't it be I spy? I and SPY, spy. But all these years, as a youngster growing up in Delhi especially, it used to be ice spice. I don't know. I used to think it is ice and spice, even though it's not the case. It's I spy. What a delivery. What a comeback delivery. But you ball this only if you're sure that you'll be able to get that much bounce, because Adnan is a tall man as well.
Trying to go big. Sticking to That same line and length. Not getting carried away. Ali Dawood.
Oh, what a delivery. This is a masterclass of fast bowling. Kuwait in 5 overs at 23 without a wicket.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
5 overs, 23 for no loss. Bowling really well. Still wicketless. Both the bowlers. Rizwan continues.
Oh, that's hit him. They have 11 men fielding for Bahrain, and then there is a non-striker. Ibrahim cannot believe it. Usman Ghani has crunched the ball for the second time, but it's gone straight at somebody.
Targeting the umpire and the non-striker Usman Ghani. He was finding it hard to get those gaps, and when he strikes well, he finds the non-striker.
A very good ball. Every time Idris even thinks about increasing that backlift, the quicker delivery is there by Rizwan. Sohail, what a talent he is. Having a word with Usman Ghani. What do you think that little conversation would have been about? Idris is saying, I'm all right, though. He didn't want to get that advice into his mind. Doesn't want to clutter his mind. On the rise, it's not helping. It's definitely helping Rizwan though. He's looking at the surface in dismay. Adnan Idris, but look at that bounce so much. From that length, the keeper collecting it the Aussie way, that too after a jump.
For me, he's the quickest I've seen so far in this tournament. Rizwan. That first expensive over. Came back really well, Rizwan. Again, he is having a trouble here, but this is from the different end.
There's a problem with this side screen as well. Perhaps somebody behind this one as well? No, that's not the case. Otherwise, it'll look like there is a cricket match going on in between a hide-and-seek game. Beauty. Hinter swing is helping, that extra bounce is helping. Idris is having a word with the bowler, but all that with a smile. It's good to see.
Like we are seeing a repeat telecast of the previous over. Bowling with lot of determination, putting a lot of effort, generating that pace. The key is he's bowling on the right channel.
He has to utilize the wind the next time. Oh well, there was a bit of bat on it, and immediately Idris is also showing the umpire that there was a bit of bat on it. The height was too much for that appeal to... Well, yes, the height was too much for that appeal to stand. Remember, Idris is also a tall man. Rizwan's troubling the batter, that's for sure. Now, if he can close out this over with a wicket, that will be amazing for Bahrain. And every time he's running to bowl in this over, it's always seemed like he's not too far away from picking up a wicket.
Runs in Rizwan. Once again, not in line. Trouble continues for the batters. A brilliant delivery. Dot delivery to end the over. Number 6 is 24 for no loss.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Idris 13 of 19, Ibrahim 5 of 18. It isn't for lack of effort, but they're just not connecting. And the time they did connect, Kuwait, they found each other in the way. Still no sign of Haider. There he is. Usually very chirpy. Joined by Shamim and the combox. Welcome, Shamim.
Thanks very much. A pretty steady start here. Going at about 4 runs, just over 5 runs on over.
That'll be wide. And Dawood knew it. That's definitely wide, and he knows it. So Dawood's not contesting. A hand up went up in apology immediately. 230 required now. Still a long way to go. 230 and 43.5 overs. Dawood has looked very close to picking up a wicket. So has Rizwan. It's a race to provide the first breakthrough. It's a race to draw the first blood. In order to draw first blood, all he needs is to challenge the outside edge continuously. Idris has looked a little iffy. Ibrahim, he's been a little unlucky as well.
Big contrast to the Bahraini innings, who really had to struggle very hard to get things going early on. So even if they're not going at a rate of knots, I think they'll be pretty content that they haven't lost any wickets. That's hit pretty hard. That's going to go very quickly to the boundary. Just feeling from Idris is that enough is enough. I'm not going to let a loose delivery go without punishment.
Hits it very hard as well. That's in the gap to no chance for any fielder whatsoever. And it's a very rare mistake by Ali Dawood. Now Idris will feel the need to dance around a little bit. Reason being his plan is very simple now, to keep Ali Dawood at bay, and the only way you can do that is by changing his line, forcing him to change his line. That's got height. That's got some height and good placement as well. That's the beauty of batting in the first 10 overs. That's what he was sent out to do. Clear the infield.
Absolutely. You've got to take advantage of only the 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. He's looked pretty proactive right from the word go in this over. Look at this. And this is a lovely strike. He just stood his ground. He stood tall and hit it with quite good timing, I must say. It was in there for a while. Safe zones, safe areas to target in this power play. And every time you sort of are balanced and you're hitting through the line, more often than not, unless the ball is doing something extraordinary, it is going to take you to the boundary.
Oh, this one comes back in. Ali Dawood's reply has been the same. Every time someone's hit him off a delivery that was going away from the right-hander, he's come back in with a delivery of this kind that comes back in to the right-hander as well.
And that's appreciable. You know, more often than not, pace bowlers in particular, if they head away for a boundary or two, successes balls, the normal reaction is a bouncer. But he's stuck to his task. He's made that ball come back in. The batsman would have anticipated a bouncer, but he came back with a super delivery.
Not from the best part of the bat, but who cares, says Adnan Idris. Go fetch.
The best part to hit the bat is the edge. And you're assured if you swing the bat that it's going to take the edge and fly away to parts unknown. Unknown to any close fielders, unknown to the only two who are marshalling the boundary. No one can put a fielder there, even if you've got 10 around the ground. Got a bit of gloom setting in here, surprisingly. We've had a clear day. A little bit of gathering of clouds.
There you are, Shamim, bringing the English weather once again.
I hope we don't have the disruption. Massive.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Oh, it's not connecting. I lost it again, man. It's just not connecting yet.
Hey coach. We always connect.
अब डेटाको खर्च मजाले टर्छ वर्ल्डलिंक युजरहरूलाई जहाँ पनि फ्री अनलिमिटेड इन्टरनेट विथ वर्ल्डलिंक वाइफाई एक्सप्रेस
Way inside the dressing room.
He seems to fancy getting the edges. He's driving straight down the ground. The ball is ending up through the covers, not intentional, but you see what got him the runs is that swing of the bat, the power behind it. Doesn't matter where it hit. If it hit in the meaty part, it would have gone straight down over the head of the bowler. But even there, it trickled away to the boundary.
That's one way. That's one way to utilize the power play, isn't it?
Indeed, and they've done it to a nicety. And that is being bold about it. That is taking the attack back to the bowlers. It's made him think. Even good balls are being put away because of the approach of Ibrahim and Idris here. The point comes out from inside the 30-yard circle. The fine leg, who was deep, has come into the 30. So protection on the offside now at the boundary.
Boundary at the start of the over always helps. This one, he'll let it go. It's very difficult to let something like this go, especially if you're facing Ali Dawood and not Rizwan, because he's got the knack of swinging it back in as well.
But the intention from Rizwan when he posted that fielder at deep point was it's always going to be targeting the line of the off stump or outside it. Get the batter to try and hit it square of the wicket, maybe get an edge to that backward point fielder or the fielder in the deep.
Oh, he's not giving pace either. But despite that, he's found the fence. Oh, wow, what a shot. Usman Ghani just concentrated on placement, and with whatever pace that was available, he was able to cook up a boundary.
That was done so neatly. Just open the face. The last moment, I think that fielder at backward point, rather deep, sitting on the 30-yard circle, could have done a little better. Once it was past him, there was no way anyone's going to drag it back. So quick fire runs coming here. 25 for Idris of 24. Ibrahim now quickly on to 14 after a sluggish start. Things are looking rather ominous here for the Bahrain team.
It's a much better delivery. Now, I don't want to say this, but if the weather is turning gloomy, and if yesterday was any indication, then there will be a ball-by-ball scorecard as well, somewhere being printed.
Here's the DLS, the Duckworth-Lewis turn system will come into effect. I like the way you say, I don't want to say it, but you go on and say it anyway.
Isn't it like very oxymoronic, if that's a word?
Yeah, the oxymorons are very interesting, some of them. We've got to dig them up.
Like?
I can't, not from the top of my head. It's not as sharp as it used to be 20 years back.
I'll tell you what I found, and this is why. There's a
sound of silence.
And it's beautiful.
Have you heard the song? Simon and Garfunkel? It's a beautiful song.
You've given me homework now. You've given me homework. Next time you'll find me crooning it. Swing, get a miss, and Rizwan still testing him. He's drawing him outside his comfort zone, but not finding the outside edge.
It's been a bit of movement, but when you get that movement, you want to ensure that it starts off closer to the batter to make sure that it just tends to get that outside part of the bat. Once it's a tad wide, it keeps on going away, even with the best efforts from the batter. And on that instance, it hardly moved his feet. There's no chance that you're going to get to it. But the effort is there for all to see, and that is good. This is attacking bowling. He's not hanging back.
Had to do something else to expand his comfort zone. He's found a boundary nonetheless in the area that he wanted to. Again, it's not the piece of the bat that it's gone off. It's a result that it's produced eventually.
Does not matter. Intention, well, more like a cow corner. This is more like a goat corner around the corner. This is in fine leg area.
50 comes up as well with that boundary, 51 without a wicket.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1 हुनको राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1
Idris, 18 for Ibrahim, lovely little partnership. The authority with which they batted, and it's just the proactiveness that has paid off. It's been lots of runs, high percentage of that from edge of batters. And when you get the runs of the edges of bats, that becomes so frustrating for the bowler who thinks that could have been a catch. Batter thinks, I'll just take the boundary. Doesn't matter how it comes as long as it comes.
Abdul Majid, the left arm spin. Spin's been introduced, and of course you also try and even if you've scored it off the edge, try and convince the captain. That was very deliberate. Idris loves to face spin, and he's faced 24 balls before this, so it's not going to be a new batter for him in his mind. He is a set batter. Good delivery. Majid's got to borrow a leaf out of Yasin Patel's book.
Indeed, I think Yasin Patel was so very good. I just feel that Majid will be bowling more of those arm balls, the first one there in evidence, without really trying for the flighted ones which Yasin bowled. Wait and see. Yeah, quicker, definitely quicker through there. Oh, direct throw. No, here's a safe, I think. One more run for the overthrow. That's not on. When the batters are going so well, you want to ensure that you get your throwing in order, your backing in order.
There was really no one to back up, and I don't think that was a single. It was a very dangerous single because he was on the back foot when he played it, even though he's made it eventually. Adnan Idris is not the quickest of runners as well in the side, remember that. And some of his shots prove that you don't need to run in this game. Stand and deliver kind of a cricketer. He's working on his fitness though. He's working a lot more on his fitness of late. Even with those busy schedules that we were talking off camera as well.
Yes, it's difficult these days. Busy schedules, not in terms of actually playing. It's the jobs they're doing and hardly finding any time to come and practice. Come and practice at midnight and go back home. I heard stories from you that he goes back and he comes back in the morning for a job. That is pure dedication. That is pure passion.
He's been on tours. Even though he was back in Kuwait, he hasn't met his family yet, remember that. And he just packs his bag, leaves out of the suitcase, goes on to the next tour, scores a lot of runs, and I really hope that the last part comes true for Kuwait's sake.
And you know, just staying away from the family, particularly on Eid Day, which is the biggest festival for Muslims, who have got so many Muslim players in all the teams, mostly coming from the Middle East, and they're away on tour, they're away on Eid Day when they should be with their families celebrating at home. That takes a lot of determination. That tells you how passionate you are about the game, how committed you are about the game.
Team first, isn't it? There's so many things that cricket teaches you. One is sacrifice. And a very well bowled, Majid. What an over to start with. Exactly what the doctor ordered. 54 without a wicket.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
It's been a good start here by Kuwait, chasing the target. If they can take this a little further, it's going to make that the latter order batters come in with some cushion, some luxury to play around with, bide their time if necessary. Be a little picky and choosy with your shot making. Another change here. The pace bowlers going for a better stick. Wasiq Ahmed, slow left armer, now coming in. Now what he can deliver. We noticed two very distinct type of left arm orthodox bowlers in the Kuwait team, beg your pardon, the Bahrain team, and maybe they'll be similar to the Kuwaitis. We talked about the skipper and Yasin, two very different type of bowlers, and now maybe these two. Let's see if there's any distinct difference in the style of bowling.
And that's going to be 4. Next time Idris is going to polish his edges a little more. That need more knocking. More runs are coming off that.
Talking about distinct differences, there's one in evidence straight away. The other one was so very accurate and was bringing the ball in. This one's given the first one as the width required for the batter to put it away with utmost comfort.
And I like the fact that Bahrain team's finding balance once again with a lot of chopping and changing as well, especially as they come out of a T20 setup with Sarfaraz Ali being the skipper. Now, of course, he's not in the side, but might be in the squad. There's a lot of chopping and changing, and Majid, who bowled the previous over, he's come back as well. And remember the 2017-2018 tour to Oman. Majid, he was phenomenal. Now making a comeback, replacing Naveen, of course. It's a side that's still in transition, but a couple of games and they'll be super settled is what I believe.
Transitions, changes, attitudes and formats. A lot of things to ponder, consider when you're selecting players due to the capabilities, their mindsets. But what about that? Surprise the batter, and a good ball has found them a boundary. Funny old game this.
There are some demons on the pitch, because if this can bounce so well, Adnan Idris is a tall man. I repeat, still gone for 4.
Must have hit a crack there somewhere. We haven't, one good thing, we both have had looks at the wickets. Haven't really seen too many cracks opening up. Remained pretty compact. That was a bit of a surprise, suddenly rearing up.
Very well bowled, very well bowled.
Idris has a knack of using his wrists a lot, so you could see on impact he just opens the face of the bat a little more. I wonder that makes him a candidate for the outside edge once again on a track which is turning square. Perhaps a slip in place, that's where I was getting to.
Wow! Take that! Full flourish of the bat. Lovely 360-degree swing, big back lift and all the way. This was a real belter of a shot.
It's one of the most difficult shots to play as well, but again the wrists take over. Inside out, into the dugout that wants that gift.
Ball coming in at an angle, you're right. It's a very difficult shot to play. Always the inside out shot. The boundaries keep on piling up here for Kuwait.
Doesn't find a way to pierce point. So Hale's in there, he'll pick up a single. The first power play is ended. Kuwait have all 10 wickets intact, 66.
I'm just amazed by the performance. It's the best I've experienced.
So reliable, so consistent, no sir?
Yeah, I was blown away by the speed. It's so fast. I mean, look at this. I'm so impressed.
इम्प्रेस नहुने त कुरै भएन फास्टेस्ट इन्टरनेट स्पिड बेस्ट सर्भिस र फ्री वाइफाई एक्सप्रेसले नेपालकै नम्बर 1 इन्टरनेट सर्भिस प्रोभाइडर बनेको छ वर्ल्डलिङ
Oh, the team is great too.
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Affected more fielders in the deep for Bahrain to protect the boundaries. We'll try and give you all of them as soon as they settle down. Right now, looking at the offside, there's a deep third man. No, there's a short third and a point, a deep cover, a mid-off and a long off. Goes forward, too far forward. Ah, he's been given. Oh, I thought he was stretching forward. The ball must have straightened. That's an interesting call once again. But the first wicket goes.
Oh, he's playing for the turn, but that just went on with the arm. Usman Ghani in deep trouble. He knew that. And Rahat has raised his finger. His stay comes to an end with just 18 against his name, just when he was getting a move on. A defensive shot with which he's walking back. You don't see that often. 66 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
I'm just amazed by the performance. It's the best I've experienced.
So reliable, so consistent, no sir?
Yeah, I was blown away by the speed. It's so fast. I mean, look at this. I'm so impressed.
इम्प्रेस नहुने त कुरै भएन फास्टेस्ट इन्टरनेट स्पिड बेस्ट सर्भिस र फ्री वाइफाई एक्सप्रेसले नेपालकै नम्बर 1 इन्टरनेट सर्भिस प्रोभाइडर बनेको छ वर्ल्डलिङ
Oh, the team is great too.
Brian could muster. Bit surprised with that decision a little bit. Stretching forward, maybe it might have been in line, but there's been some bounce detected. Seems to have just hit him pretty much in line, but this is Meet Vabsar, left-handed batter. Just take a bit of time, just looking around the field, the left-hander coming in now, the field. Surprisingly, no slips, and that's been very noticeable. You mentioned it too. Even when they didn't get a wicket, you'd think, though the runs were coming, opportunities must be created. Giving that support to the bowlers to try and get an edge, get the slip in position. Not even look at the turn. The turn is there. Little swivel around, got a bit of bat, I think, and gets himself 4. Oh, it's gone. Even past the bat and past the keeper. Been signaled a wide. 4 wides. That's prodigious turn.
Too much turn, and that's acted as a bane. Abdul Majid. What does Shahbaz do behind the wickets? He couldn't get the hands in the right position, and the ball just sped away for 4. It's very difficult. Those takes are very difficult. Perhaps a bit more loop. Meet loves to play that shot. Now he's off the mark. It's also been guided to just a different region of the boundary.
He didn't even try to hit it too hard. Look at the effort here. Just there you go. Little pace offered, guides it. It's in between a cut and a drive kind of thing. It's not quite there. You can't call it a square drive. You really can't call it a cut. But it's worked wonders anyway.
It's a cry.
It's like the strupple, the straight pull I mentioned. And he stretches out his hand, asks his compatriot, his partner said, "Are we going for that run?" He says, "Yeah, I'll oblige. I'll come and go to the other end."
When you play in front of the wicket like that, and especially because you are the batter who's played it as well in the first place, you have a better idea as to how hard you've hit it. So in your mind, you've already calculated that single, but it took a bit of convincing for Idris to believe he can get to the other end as well, which he did eventually. 40 of 35. It's been a wonderful innings where he could not just get going initially, but fought off those moments, believed in himself, and his outside edges as well helped for sure. But what matters most is that he's still out there.
Yeah, and that arm ball just kept on going down the leg side. Even he's trying to get the eye of the umpire.
He's apologizing to the umpire, Rahat, the umpire, suggesting there are only 3 stumps in our game, you know.
It's nice to see, bowler. They don't often, they feel they're always right. So he comes and apologizes for the appeal, which is very, very good to see. The sportsman-like attitude of some of these players. Hello, we've got the crowds here enjoying this tussle going on in the middle. Quick run called, and the response was good. Oh dear, little tumble, crashing. But I think all is well in the end.
One more delivery to go. It was a tight single indeed. As Meath puts in the dive, the keeper not realizing that there is Meath. He did realize something had whizzed past him. But very soon that tumble is when he found out.
It's a lucky thing he didn't step on the batter coming in. He didn't know there was someone behind him. Just managed to get the foot and then roll over. Could have been more serious. Thank goodness it wasn't. Little things you cannot plan, you cannot think of. Incidents in the middle which happen.
Meath himself is a keeper. No soft corners?
Well, I mean, it was purely unintentional.
He gets into a position so early, it's almost as if he was making himself available for 2 shots there. And if there is a misfield, then he will come back like that. Good running between the wickets. At the end of 11 overs now, 79 for 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality mein number 1 hone ko raaj ho, advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality mein number 1.
It was eventually quite a substantial one. People joining in, joining alongside me. But the Sarali, well, the KUWAIT have got to a pretty decent start here.
Very good afternoon, and the numbers are increasing here. They need entertainment, they need more boundaries and sixes. It's KUWAIT taking on BAHRAIN, chasing that 256. They have got to a flyer here. 79 for 1 after 11 overs. Idris out there in the middle, 41 of just 37. And it's Newman, Meath, Hafsa, 7 of just 3 deliveries. Majid continues.
Waits, jumps back. Just a little bit of a push once again. Little fumble and allows the second. not for the first time. We've seen some fumbles in the previous innings also, and it's a continuation of the same. We saw one in the last ball of the previous over, and straight away another one here. Got to tighten up on the fielding.
Took some time to recover. Put in dive. That awkward bounce hitting straight into his face. Just not looking good here.
Yeah, we almost averted an accident when the keeper fell across the diving runner in the last ball of the previous over, falling over Meath. The keeper, once again, that awkward bounce you're mentioning, has odd enough hit him on the side of the face. Do not want anything serious to happen. Getting a bit of treatment also gives the chance for the batters to take a little refreshment. The breeze is blowing here. It is not extremely hot. It is not that humid either. As a matter of fact, I feel that compared to a lot of subcontinental grounds where cricket is being played now, it is much more comfortable here for the cricketers.
Absolutely, and lovely weather out there. The players are enjoying. It's not too humid. The reason we can see the spectators coming to the ground. It's Mulpani in Kathmandu. Greenery everywhere in Malpani. That's Adnan Idris on 43. Bhavsar, the left-hand batter, on 7.
There's been a pause in play. Brings in Imran Javed, who's come in, the left-hand bowler. He's bowled a single delivery, but you know, little lapses in concentration can be a little negative for the batters. So it'll be all right if Idris, who's already got 43, should take a bit of time to be a little watchful, get his focus back. Oh, he's not going to wait for focus. He's already focused because he just rammed that away. That is superb improvisation. The ball going away, he waits for it and just clips it over.
Waited in the crease and deliberately played just like an uppercut. Very fine, no chance for third man fielder. Runs continues to flow from the blade of Adnan Idris.
That's a superb adjustment. See so many innovations. That ramp shot is very, very well controlled by him. Now that shot, that's wide, that's blasted away. You are offering gifts to the batter, Mr. Javed, and you're not going to escape from being hit away to the boundary.
With that boundary, 50 comes up for Adnan Idris. In quick time, the big man scoring those runs for his team. Boundary number 39 moves to 51 of just 40 deliveries, using the pace.
Just the point you made. We look at his breakup. 23 dot ball, started off slowly, but just increased his strike rate. Swivels round, gets a hold of it, and that is classic. That is a beauty to the eye. The bowler is being shattered here. His psyche is being shattered. Look at that, Calypso style.
This is the same bowler who belted the Kuwaiti bowlers in the first innings. Imran Javed, brilliant hitting here. 3 in a row. Hat-trick force for Adnan Idris.
3 in a row, and that can be so very difficult for the bowler. What does he do next? He's trying to ramp it again. As they say, getting a taste of his own medicine. The bowler, as you mentioned, really charged after the opposition bowlers. And now the spectators here are in for a treat. It's Idris in particular is going great guns. It's really pelting the ball all around the ground. It's a superlative batting. Don't worry about the pauses in play. He's off and running. You're talking about the pace being allowed. I think the bowler, Javed, should try and just slow it down. A lot more slower deliveries, a lot more cutters into the deck. And that is the only way he can escape from the marauding mood of Idris.
Sensible, very sensible cricket. He got 3 boundaries. Now it's time to take a single and rotate the strike. 255 by Bahrain, Kuwait. 94 for 1, 12 gone.
Oh, it's not connecting. I lost it again, man. It's just not connecting, yeah.
Hey coach. We always connect.
अब डेटाको खर्च मजाले टर्छ वर्ल्डलिंक युजरहरूलाई जहाँ पनि फ्री अनलिमिटेड इन्टरनेट विथ वर्ल्डलिंक वाइफाई एक्सप्रेस
It hasn't been very difficult for Kuwait in this chase to the target, going along very comfortably. 94 for 1. Into the 13th over we go from Majid. Oh, wild swing, that's going down leg side. Immediate shake of the head from the umpire.
The news from Kirtipur TU International Ground is that Saudi is 100 for no loss, chasing the 216. Started off really well, Abdul Wahid and Waqarul Hassan. Back to Mulkani. Adnan Idris show. It's time to exchange a few gifts here. They gave away those runs easily in the first innings. Now it's time. They are leaking the runs, Bahrain.
Well, it's Eid today, so the exchange of gifts from both sides. In terms of runs, not an appeal, but the umpire thinks it's pretty much in line, and up goes the dreaded finger. He's been troubling the batters in the first 2 deliveries and gets some rich rewards here with an important wicket.
Committed on the back foot. Never play on the back foot. The delivery is coming into you. He made a mistake and paid the price for it. Adnan Idris, a brilliant knock. 56 of 46 deliveries comes to an end. 11 boundaries in this innings. Strike rate of 121.
Litmus cable quality man number 1 huneko raj ho advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality man number 1.
It's a man in form. Adnan Idris has been departed. The new man walking in is Sandruwan. It's 94 for 2. Right time, Majid getting that wicket. 26 has been taken by the same bowler, Majid. It's Ravida Sandurawan, the new right-handed batter for Kuwait.
And suddenly the bowlers coming back this match. They've got Vapsar, who's been there for 3 deliveries only. Sandarawan now the new batter in. Something for the bowlers to work on. Another wicket. You never know, the cat might be amongst the pigeons, as they say. Majid has done well, 2 for 16 so far. Goes from the edge of the crease, drifting down leg side. Yeah, I just feel he was a tad lucky with that decision going against the batter. The last wicket, the ball seemed to turn and bounce. Seemed to be, to my eye, I mean, I might be wrong. Umpire's the best judge. But let's have a look at the last wicket. Look at this. The bowler kept on going. There you see striking, and he still had a bit to go, and you almost saw the leg stump there. So I think the batsman can be considering that he was a tad unlucky with that result. Little short, couldn't really take advantage. Hopser started off with a bang, but now that he's lost the senior partner, he'll have to just reassess his approach here.
Kuwait batters are more known to play aggressive kind of cricket. They are used to this T20 format. On the back foot, finds the gap. Racing towards the fence. Excellent work by the fielder. Keeping it down to a couple of runs. Imran Javed comes into play in the deep.
It's imperative. We've seen some lapses in the field, but this is good commitment. He had to cover a lot of ground. Thankfully, despite the fact there was a fumble, it didn't go across and managed to stop the ball from going across to the boundary. Even the deflection of the boots could have been dangerous. Could have added 2 runs, but 2 runs saved anyway. Good commitment. It's a comparison after 13 overs. Bahrain were 34-1. Look at where Kuwait are now, cruising along.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो. Advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
He recovers in the end of the innings, and in the chase, the opposition, just like Kuwait, 97 for 2 on that scoreboard, which is being manned very well by the volunteers here. Good to see alongside the big screen also. So, just saying, they might just start off very quickly in the first part of the chase, but a few wickets here and there, you never know. The brakes might be put on, the butterflies in your stomach, so they could virtually need another 2 quick wickets if Bahrain are going to stay in this game.
Well bowled, very well bowled, very well bowled.
Kuwaiti batters love to go after the bowler. The main concern for me is they're used to this T20 format. They are playing 50 format for the first time here in ACC, and they survive.
Very good point. Very good point in the sense that adjusting to the mindset of the shortest format, the T20 format, is obviously, even as a bowler, you have to bowl 4 overs. Over here, you have to bowl 10. So you've got to conserve your energy, your skill sets are tested. And also, your mindset with the approach. You just cannot afford to play 2 20 dot balls in the shorter version. Here, you can bide your time. You can be selective with your shot making, and that's what they're doing at the moment. They've got the platform, they're now choosy with their shots.
One more left arm orthodox. Better shot. Dancing down the track. Sends Wasiq out of the park. A maximum from the blade of Sandurwan.
I told you, they can wait. 3 balls they waited, and the 100 comes up with that superb strike. Look at it. In the slot, lovely swing of the bat, makes the requisite contact. Sounded so good off. Shimmy down the wicket too. Great shot and massive result with the maximum.
People who are passing by, they stop their vehicles and they're watching this game. They're enjoying this batting display by the batters of Kuwait.
Tell you what, there is a road just going up to the right, just to our right in the commentary box, but there is a grassy bank, and I can see, as we have a look at that again, I can see a truck. Looks like possibly a defense truck, just precariously at an angle. That driver must be a keen cricket supporter. There's a quick run taken. Thought of throwing the ball, but eventually decided not to, which was the better option. 14 done. It's 104 for 2. It's time for a drinks break.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Bajaj Pulsar presents ACC Men's Premier Cup. Hygiene partner Lifebuoy. Internet partner WorldLink. Uplifting partner Coca-Cola. Title sponsor
Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Hygiene partner
तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ World's #1 selling jump protection soap brand.
Internet partner
छिटो बनेकै WorldLink.
Uplifting partner 10 countries, 24 matches. Live from TU and Mulpani ground. Watch live on YouTube on OSR Sports. Bajaj Pulsar presents ACC Men's Premier Cup. Hygiene partner Lifebuoy. Internet partner WorldLink. Uplifting partner Coca-Cola.
जल्दी करेंगे जरा थोड़ा जल्दी करेंगे
Well, the drinks interval has been completed here. Kuwait comfortably poised at 104 for 2. And Bhavsar on 9. Sandarawan on 8. Again building up a partnership. And we're of course watching the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023 here at Mulpani in Kathmandu. Majid. It's been good, 2 for 19. Got that expensive in the last over. Got the 2 wickets. Smothering the spin. Good ball and a good, really good defensive prod at that one. If you go to the pitch of the ball and smother the spin, it's got to be at that angle of the bat, and you've got to have your eye right on top of it. That is perfect.
very well done Shabash
It's like the army of left-arm orthodox here in ACC Men's Premier. The first innings we have seen 2 left-arm orthodox. Now it's Majid and Wasiq for Bahrain. Yes and no, chance for a run out. Miscommunication and they lose the number 3. Sandarawan, poor communication skills.
Oh dear, the last thing you wanted is to lose anyone in that fashion. I cannot understand. They were in 2 different planets. Just didn't get the signals through and had to pay for it. Tragedy every time a run out is affected, but in that fashion it's even worse for the batter Ravija Sandarawan, who has to go for 8.
I'm just amazed by the performance. It's the best I've experienced.
So reliable, so consistent, no sir?
Yeah, I was blown away by the speed. It's so fast. I mean, look at this. I'm so impressed.
Impress नहुने त कुरै भएन फास्टेस्ट इन्टरनेट स्पिड बेस्ट सर्भिस र फ्री वाइफाई एक्सप्रेसले नेपालकै #1 इन्टरनेट सर्भिस प्रोभाइडर बनेको छ वर्ल्डलिंक.
Oh, the team is great too.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै #1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
The third umpire is going to tell you that actually it might have been Sandarawan because it just crossed over his partner. Say that you say this that initial is a good pickup and underarming it was done very well. So the decision has been taken. I think that Sundarwan is out, but doesn't matter who is. It is what matters is the huge miscommunication. They were going so very merrily along, building up a little partnership, but then suddenly something to favor the bowling unit. Both batters caught in the same side of the ground. 4 for 3. Bit of luck. New batter in. Yasin. Now, something for the bowlers to work on. Yasin Patel, left-handed batter. Majid gets a wicket, doesn't with the ball. The wicket is in his over, and he almost had another one. That was affected through a run out. We just saw the previous wicket.
New man Yasin Patel took his time behind the stump, the wicket keeper. 2 quick wickets here for Bahrain. Nicely bowled, beautifully in control, Majid.
That's the brakes that you put on a side which is going along, motoring along. Suddenly a wicket, most unexpectedly, and then you've got to really take advantage of that. One gets two, as they say. This is the time to get another quick one, and he's bowling well. Must give him the credit for keeping it tight. 15 overs have been completed. It's 104 for 3.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
Well, that's what's transpired in match number 10 of this ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023. Bahrain started off slowly but recovered very well through some belligerent batting by Javed and Fiaz. And now it's turn of Kuwait to chase that. They've started a little in the recent past. They're still in a very strong position, needing 152 in the remaining 35 overs. But just the point I was making, any more wickets and Haider Ali will be expected to get another breakthrough for them, the right arm off break bowler. Any more wickets at this stage and suddenly there will be some pressure created. At a position Kuwait now, they will not be under duress. Oh, catch it is the call, but it's going to land quite comfortably in front of that fielder there.
Good check, Kaptan, good check, Kaptan.
It's Haider Ali, the captain, the off-break bowler. Not in control, was in the air, but bowling in no man's land. Run out for Sundarwan, putting a window for Bahrain to creep in. 51 needed. More Yasin Patel, the new batter.
Jaldi na ho, gala na ba mera bra.
Simple matter of playing down the ground and ambling the single. Just get into your innings. Yasin did very well, took his time, 4 balls he faced earlier, opens his account with his 5th with that nice little push down the ground.
Good tactics, I would say, by either both the left-handers out there in the middle, and he himself being an off-break, trying to get a wicket here.
Oy, kya baat hai!
time a bit quick coming into the left-hand batter. Bowser very watchful.
Because of that superb start, these two batsmen have just the luxury of being patient, being selective. There you go. You don't have to hurry into your shot. You just milk the runs, keep the scoreboard rotating. That is the 16th over done. 107 for 6. For 3, I beg your pardon.
हो लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
I'm just amazed by the performance. It's the best I've experienced.
So reliable, so consistent, no sir?
Yeah, I was blown away by the speed. It's so fast. I mean, look at this. I'm so impressed.
Impressed नहुने त कुरै भएन. Fastest internet speed, best service र free Wi-Fi expressले नेपालकै नम्बर 1 internet service provider बनेको छ Whirling.
Oh, the team is there too.
Early on, really on the money with the bat, really going after the bowling, going at a rate of knots, but then Ibrahim went and unfortunate run out of Sandarawan has really allowed the Bahrain bowlers a little more incentive to try and get another wicket. Still a period of play where Kuwait can afford to just be a little patient. Just play the ball to its merit more than anything else. There's no need for any histrionics at all. Just take it easy. There will be a loose ball coming sooner than later. Accuracy has to be the forte. There you go, backing away. Just a single in a simple manner. That's all they need to do.
What they need is a partnership now, Kuwait. They're off to a flyer provided by the top order batter Adnan Idris. Very watchful, going deep into the crease, played toward the short third-man region.
Sorry. It's going to be a little cat and mouse now, I feel, between the batter and the bowlers. Each trying their best, but even we're talking about the patience of the batters. Even as a bowling unit, as a bowler, you tell yourself, look, I've gone for about 18 in my first 2 overs. I just need to bowl with something that I'm comfortable with. Wait for the batters to make a mistake. Do not try anything out of the ordinary. Simple matter of bowling a tight line and length. That is the call of the day for the bowlers.
Initial movement trying to come on the front foot and going on back foot. That shuffling shows he's a bit nervous out there in the middle. Yasin Patel, bit expensive Wasik. His third over. Yes and no, but this time sloppy work by the fielder Muhammad Yunus, and they have gone for that run.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one area they've got to really tighten up. Seen too many lapses in the field. They all add up. You might think it's just one run, but it's always adding up. 5, 6 of them can be 5 very precious runs at the end of an innings. Scoop attempted, and really it's done quite perfectly. I'm very impressed with that shot from Vabsar. It's gone for 4 runs, rather spoils the over. And at the end of the 17th, we'll give you the score in a moment. 113 for 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Managing to put the brakes on. If you look very close to the right-hand corner of the picture, well, it's gone now. There is a truck precariously parked on an incline, and that truck driver must be very keen on cricket. Talk about putting on the brakes as we see another run being taken. That truck must have good brakes on it to ensure that it doesn't slide down that hill.
Better from Bhav sir. Take those singles. Keep on rotating the strike. 115 for 3.
Lovely angle of the bat. The runs are coming in singles. $116 for 3 into the 18th over. Oh, maybe the inside part of the bat. You can see the grimace, the disappointing on the bowler's face, because it got the inside part and almost reached the boundary. 3 taken quite comfortably there. I haven't seen too many 3s at this ground. Dimensions are about 65, 67 yards or meters on either side of square of the wicket.
Good running between the wickets, and there was a big vacant area behind the square for left-hand batter.
This is the truck I was talking about. He's in the shade, the driver, enjoying the cricket. But I tell you what, that truck better have good brakes on it. This is great to see the interest in cricket. The brakes have been put on, the KUWAIT is scoring, that's good. The interest has been generated with Nepal playing big time cricket nowadays, the exposure with the ACC Men's Premier Cup tournament here at Mulpani and also at the TU ground. And just because of the haze, beyond those lovely trees, you can just about see the range, the mountain range.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराउ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1 हुनको राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1
over the stump.
18 overs, 120 for the loss of 3. Bhavsa batting on 20 and Yasin Patel on 5, 136. What is needed? It's a header coming in the place of Wasiq. He has been expensive. It's a Javed. First over gave away 15. Nicely played. But it will give him the confidence. Wasn't able to find the gap. Played straight towards the fielder. The lovely timing by young Yasin Patel. Good to see a slip in place for Imran Javed. Trying to poke at that delivery which was outside the off stump. Good to see a slip in place for Imran Javed. Two left-hand batters out there in the middle for KUWAIT. Still it's Muhammad Aslam, Shiraz Khan and Parvinder Kumar yet to come in this lineup. Brilliant timing. Just a single, but it will give him a lot of confidence. The way he middled the previous delivery. Yasin Patel using the feet. into the off stump line. Wanted the batter to make that mistake and slip in position. Very expensive in his first over. Gave away 15 runs. A good comeback and good captaincy by Haider Ali, bringing Imran Javed back in the attack. Very watchful Meet Bhavsar, let it go. A dot delivery to end the over number 19, 121 for the loss of 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो, advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
$19 overs, 121 for 313 extras have been conceded by Bahrain. Captain of break, Haider Ali, will continue. And changing the voice on box. Joining me is Suhas. Welcome back, Suhas.
Thank you, Mudassir. Good afternoon to everyone listening. Yasin Patel and Meet Bhavsar will try their best to stitch together a partnership.
Well done, Sale. Well done, Sale.
Remember, Meet can up the ante any time he wants after he's crossed about 20 deliveries.
Okay.
Is that kind of a batter? Now, 2 left-handers at the crease would also mean anyone who calls himself an off-break bowler is invited to bowl. Because there is some turn on this wicket.
What are the options do they have? The Bahrain, the captain himself, Haider Ali, and they do have the vice captain Sohail Ahmed. Can also bowl those off break. Now, as of now, Bhavsar and Yasin managing to keep score moving with those singles.
Usually David Kilimitai is used to help out. Now, of course, he's in the squad, but not this side. 20 overs gone, 1-2-5 for 3.
Oh, Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% viruses. त्यसैले pump, rub, chew. संसारकै number 1 selling germ protection soap brand.
Oh, it's not connecting. I lost it again, man. It's just not connecting, yeah.
Hey coach. We always connect.
अब डेटाको खर्च मज्जाले टर्छ वर्ल्डलिंक युजरहरूलाई जहाँ पनि फ्री अनलिमिटेड इन्टरनेट विथ वर्ल्डलिंक वाइफाई एक्सप्रेस.
(22 of 17 for Meet Bhavsar. Cool, calm and collected at the minute. For the moment, Meet Bhavsar. And the minute you give him something short, he will roar. I think he's playing the waiting game. The game which he loves playing for 50 overs. The waiting game. Wait for the poor delivery, put it away. The situation is also such that Kuwait cannot afford to lose a wicket at this stage. That would have been a risky proposition against Javed, who's getting some bounce.
Backward square leg and deep fine leg on the boundary. Not in control. What was thinking there? Yasin Patel managed that single. As per the new protocols of the game, whenever the batter has been hit on the helmet, Need to have the checkup. There we go, the physio is out there. Do you have any idea what he asked to the batter once the physio goes in?
Yeah, look closely. He was showing the fingers, and he always tells you to follow those fingers as he moves towards the left and right like this. He moves that finger towards the left and towards the right, and then checks your gaze. If that's all right, if he feels you're not a little dazed, you're okay, then you continue. And he also asks basic questions. I learned it from Sean Novak, the physio of Oman. I asked him these questions as to what are the things that you ask him, and he said these are the few things that you do at the moment, on that moment. But some concussions can be a little delayed, so we also tell them just in case you feel a little uneasy as the game progresses as well, just call us in between the over. No problem.
Time and